Hello. The time now is Monday the 19th, 8 wait a minute, 8:17 p.m. Before I do anything else, I like to give him praises to the Most High. Without him, I wouldn't exist. So OCO mean hello in Cherokee. Welcome to my show. My topic is I'm talking about them again. Then I'm going to talk about the natives of Mexico. And this is if anybody like to help, this is my this is my cash app for anybody want to donate money to these native in New Mexico. They need stoves. Thank you. Now I'm back to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about them again. Pranksters that think they journalists. That's the name of my topic. Gonna be pranksters, and think they independent journalists. They really independent YouTubers. And what I would like to say, you can never be a journalist because journalists, like I said, do not talk like that. Tell people to finger. Journalists do that, they'll lose their job. They do that because they got more rights than a real camera person. That's why they do these things. And cordial, they not cordial. They cuss people out, and they don't care. Like I said before, they don't care about no Third Amendment or I don't even know why they ask this to a cop all the time. What's the Third Amendment? It don't even pertain to an officer. I mean, no soldiers in my home. So why y'all always ask cops that? That's why they won't answer y'all because it don't pertain him. And what they do, they looking for that reaction. Because they don't get no reaction, they won't have a goddamn story. But this story to me is nasty and perverted. They say all kind of things, nasty stuff that like a demon would say. That's what's in them. That's what's driving them. Ain't nothing good about them, and they don't have compassion for nobody. Like that lady, they call Karen. I see how the way she cussed out this man. It was shame, and they do all that to get. He didn't never cuss at her, and they love to call cops out their name and stuff like that. They think they're their personal slaves, and they throw that up in their face all the time. And if they don't get what they want, they'll stand there and because it don't make that's not no damn news going feminine inside the fire department. That is being a nuisance, and y'all looking for a reaction. Because if the fire department stop responding to them, he'll go away eventually. Then when they don't when you say when they don't like people engaging them, but they can engage people. And that's another thing I don't like. They be putting camera. What is the sense of doing that for? It don't make. I would never go to a fire department and look inside there for what? It's nothing to see but trucks and walls and floors. So they looking for they trying to get a reaction out of him. That's all they try to do. And when the cop don't respond, it's your oath. Like I said before, many of my videos, it is not their oath. It's nowhere in the Constitution or when they it takes, put the hammer to sword the oath. It's nowhere in the oath said that they have to talk to you. And there's nothing in there that said they have to talk. That's why one cop set y'all free. He told you, and when I took my oath, it's nowhere in there said I have to talk to you. That's why a lot of times when the cop don't say anything. Tired. Them people don't be no tyrant. And I see a lot of times your rights don't even be violated. They do all that crap because they know they can get away with a lot of stuff. But eventually, nothing never stay the same forever. Everything changes. Only way like you stay, if you in love with somebody, only way you stay with that person if you really, really in love with them to death do you part. Bob Hope did that. The actor with his wife, he stayed with her for over 100 years, and when he passed away, he was still married to the same woman. I think he died first. Now that's loyalty. Ain't none of them got no loyalty like that. That's why eventually everything gonna change and they love to say the camera's not a weapon. Yes, a camera is a weapon. A camera is a weapon because a camera can ruin your life, destroy you. It's just like somebody take a gun and shoot you. So it is a weapon. They keep saying that because whatever they doing, it justify them, and they not generous. I don't even know if they got charities And so the charity to me is to put money in their pocket. That's their charity. I don't see them got no charity. I have one, but I'm still fresh. I'm gonna even put money in there in my cash app for the natives in India. They don't do no construction. All they do is create terror and harass people, and cuss people out, and call people all kind of filthy names. They ain't no journalists. They That's what that man said. They was they YouTubers. And sometimes I even heard one of them said that at one time. I said, "Wow, he really did say he was a YouTuber." Then they switched back on an independent journalist. You ain't no journalist. Y'all stuff is bogus. I don't even see when real journalists. That's why they hate the real journalists, because the real journalists, they got somewhere to go. They got a job, and I know some news reporters ain't on up and up either, but they are real reporters. And I have a cousin used to work for the news a long time ago. I think it was NBC, and he said when they say do the cover story, that's the story that they plant. It's fake. Sometimes they plant the story if they protecting somebody, or like a witness protection. That's why sometimes they have to do that, because a person can be trying to kill this person. And I seen y'all film people that, like the man that was cold. The man's had lost his life, and this dumb artist person still standing there arguing with the cop, because the cop wouldn't talk. They was more focused. He wouldn't even focus on a person's body that was in the house. He was just trying to get views, like a clout chaser, and stuff like that. They pull pranks. It's like a prankster. He'll prank you because he want to see your reaction. That's what they be loving that. They be want to get that reaction back. If they don't get that reaction, they won't have a story. That's why you see them looking like the guy in New York that one got them vampire teeth. That's why he was filming inside the precinct in the police station, because he wants that reaction. That's why when the cops go, how you gonna get mad because he flashed his light at you? You did it to him, and and I ain't seen none of the people getting nasty with them. They can say what they want, but if a cop say he got to be on his P's and Q's, oh God, this guy, and they always trying to sue somebody. That's another hustle. They use that them amendments for to make money. They don't really care. They don't really care about those amendments and Third Amendment, Fourth, Fifth Amendment. I plead the Fifth and all that stuff. And it's all bogus. I know you got to have laws and policy. Like they don't like they the type of person, like the guy said, when you see signs, they still ain't goddamn happy. But it's a sign. Then when they have the signs up there, just because something don't have it, it could be restricted. They think they got they think they God Almighty that nobody can say nothing to them, and they lose their mind. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me. Like you the prisoner, or you in a superhero or something. I see where they act and stuff like that. That's why when I met the YouTuber out here, I didn't say one word to them. That's what they want. If you don't react to them, sometimes they go someplace or they'll try to say something nasty to get you to respond, and people fall for that trap. And it don't make sense to me. I know you could do it, but why? Y'all be looking on people's cars and stuff like that. I would get suspicious too. Somebody looking at my car. Anybody can pick up a camera and say they are an audit person, and they can be a terrorist or something like that. That's how this country got infiltrated before. When them terrorists walking right through the airport when they got rid of when they bombed the World Trade Center. They don't know who you are or are. And what is all this bad stuff? A cop said, even when they give you the badge number or ID card, they want you to say it from your mouth. That's like telling a slave talk. That's what they telling the cop, you talk with her, and they be telling the cop, get the F out of here. Get the F out. Shut the F up. Who would talk? Journalists will never talk. That's why I know y'all ghetto ass people. Because y'all trying to be a journalist, but y'all ain't got it right yet. So I would never respect nobody like that. Y'all want respect, but y'all don't want to give respect either. I only seen a couple of them be nice, but when they can't get in a building, they'll start a whole big scene and stuff like little kindergarten over the simplest thing. And I know what they do. Them 4-year requests don't mean SHIT. That's how they got like they got bit into the building, and that's no business. They do simple, stupid stuff that don't make no sense. You come to build. I never seen a journalist, a real journalist, don't be filming no walls and pamphlets. All that stuff is bogus. When they be talking about I'm getting the pamphlets, sometimes they get the pamphlets that they have out in the lobby and stuff like that, and they still stand around because they know that I leave when I get ready and stuff like that. And they think that's something great getting arrested. Sometimes the judge, I don't know, but some state, if the judge he's seen your face like 9 or 10 times, that can turn into a felon and stuff like that. Y'all hard headed ass people. I never seen people like that. My son wasn't even like that when he was 5 and 7. When we told him not to do something, he wouldn't do it. But y'all should go back to elementary school. Some of y'all act stupid. I never seen people like that. And my son got so mad with y'all, he don't even look at y'all. And I know some cops do things different. You got bad cops and good cops. Like I said before, you got bad fire departments and not bad fire departments. But when I heard all in America say that cops ain't no, it's not the hero, the fire department is, that got me upset. I'm not dissing him or anything like that. I'm just saying my cousin got killed in the line of duty, and he lost his life. So that I took even her my cousin as a cop. How dare you say something like that? Like y'all was telling people, shame on you, shame on you. You talking about or the fire department is a real hero. Some firefighters is nasty. Look out here in Connecticut where I live at. These firefighters respond to a fire out here. You can look it up and they got everybody out. But when it came to the little African American girl, they report out on the news. And I guess y'all say the news don't report good stuff because they phony. They report on the news. These firefighters was all white. They were gonna let, and they walked out the building. No, the children. They gonna let these children burn up. And guess who had to go in the building? The police department. So y'all call all them. Oh, they not a hero. I guess that was the hero act either because y'all hate cops. A lot of y'all got records y'all also talking about. I never break the law, but that's bullshit. A lot of y'all break the law. Some of y'all been in jail for rape, kidnapping, all that stuff like that. So that's breaking the law. Then they gonna try to say, "Oh, I was young," and so me, I'm not bragging. I have a clean record. I'm gonna be 65 this year. I ain't never ever been in trouble, problem with the law. And that's why I'm saying that's why a lot of y'all don't like to give y'all real names because y'all got crip. Y'all, I'm not judging nobody. I don't know the situation, but people shouldn't talk out. That's why Indians say people talk with forked tongue. A lot of people color talk with forked tongue, and I don't like it. But I'm gonna end this video. I just don't like the way y'all should be a little more perceptive with what y'all talk about and be nicer to people. Y'all be nasty to the public, but if it wasn't for the public, like y'all say, we pay y'all salary. Well, it wasn't for the public. They help y'all get y'all money from YouTube. 'Cause they you using them imaging in y'all cameras, and y'all not giving none of them money. It's all for y'all suckers. Y'all some greedy ass people. Y'all only think about yourself. That the money is your God and your ruler, and it's the hustle. And a lot of them make good money because other guys said some of them be making $10,000 a month. That's why they think they better than everybody. Your job don't make you better. You think sometimes people try to belittle you. My mother said all that stuff they be saying that'll make me much stronger and stuff like that. It's like my niece that live in the South. Her parents would dog her, put her out in the street. Now look who's doing good and stuff like that. And people don't like that. I'm very proud of her and her boyfriend. And I'm gonna be there too, cause even if I had to scrimp and save, I save my money up and move from where we at. We want a house, and I'm gonna do it too, and stuff like that. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna do it. We want like a 4-bedroom house, and so I can open up my karate school again and use my garage for karate to teach karate. But back to what I was talking now, I gotta stop doing that. And I see what y'all do when the cop just be standing there talking. You don't know what he's doing. Like when you see a cop park right away, I'm going to see what he's doing. And I even hear a lot of them, I'm going to with the cop. For what? He ain't ball you. I thought y'all ain't like cops, but y'all always going and win in their face. And there's another guy in New York, a Latino guy. Oh, he's terrible. He, what kind of man would bend down and show his ass to a cop wearing their pants all over their butt? That's that ghetto bullshit. And my mother always told me, and my uncle that was a cop. When you see guys wear their pants down like that, that's an invite for other guys that should go in there, well, their butt. That's a gay thing when you see guys in prison wear their pants like that. Because if anybody been locked up for 20 years, that's a gay sign. And I see all these guys wear their pants like that. That's why in certain states like the Midwest, they don't play that. That's a $60 fine and 30 days in jail. Take your ass out there and see what happens. I'm talking about way out in Wyoming, South Dakota, where my people come from. And just because people say my sister, they were trying to say something bad. We have different fathers. My sister, Judy and Brendan, their father was from Santo Domingo. My father was an Indian. Their father had some Indian in them too, but they were from a Spanish-speaking country. But that people, you know how people judge people, and when people say Black Indian, that's a title. And like a girls, I don't consider myself black, because that word was given to us. They were saying colored in the '60s. Then they went to Negro American, Afro American, African American, and then they said I'm black. There ain't no such thing as black. Ain't no such thing as white. White is a white paper, and black is black paper. And that's why people ask me something. I said I'm just an indigenous person. I don't even call myself a human being. If you look up the word human being, you calling yourself a monster. We know who wrote the dictionary. European descent people wrote the dictionary, and because that's for them. All this stuff we be celebrating. I don't celebrate no holidays no more. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate a Fourth of July. But when you celebrate, who you celebrating Fourth of July for? They celebrating, but they ain't gonna tell y'all that they celebrating. They stole this land from my ancestors. So the Fourth of July, they shooting a firework. Yeah, we took the Indian land, and then in the Midwest, Southwest, they had a big test. Like whoever get to the other side, you get 10,000 acres of Indian land. So all the immigrants are rushing in that wagon trying to get to the other side, and just push the Indian out the way. And I know natives. We are natives and stuff like that. And I tried to tell before, natives was created by other group. It's hard to explain. The creator gave certain angels the ability to create other people. I'm learning a lot of stuff, and that's what my uncle told me. That's why you see some natives, we come from the sky people, and all these people got this theory that slave boats and come here. They got slave boats all over what they made them up. They got slave boats right in Long Island, New York, still underwater. So they had to transport it. And then I had one guy say, where did the ship come from? They built them. It probably took a long time. If you build like a slave ship, it probably take you about 5 or 10 years, because they had big ships. They found one in New Jersey. And people go, oh, they ain't never came here and stuff like that. They're like somebody trying to say that Egyptian was white. I don't believe that for 1 minute either. I heard a girl said that because they don't want nobody to know the real truth. And when I tell people about natives, I even learned to speak some of my native tongue, not like my mother. My mother spoke all her life, but she never said nothing until she got around the natives. Because the girl said, I know your mother can speak Indian. My mother could want no Indian right here to talk. And a lot of people have this perception that everybody is native. And DNA do prove that. A lot of people want to take DNA because they know they will find out what they really are. I had my DNA done. I, I'm like, I have 75% native blood in me. That's almost full, and soon I'll be getting my native, money from my mother's side. And my mother spoke Spanish, she spoke Korean, and she spoke her native language full. She never spoke it around because we lived in mostly like an African and Latino community. So she didn't speak her native tongue. There was no Indian around there. So this is something that people got to know. Like I told a lady before, I dress like this because I'm recognizing Indians that got killed and stuff like that. Like this soldier was at in a restaurant I was eating last week. He got mad because people asked me questions about Indians. I even got the names of the army soldiers from the 1800s. They would actually kill the Indians for no reason because they was told to do that by the president when it's on that $20 bill. And yes, sir, they have a slave on a $2 bill. You don't believe me? You can look it up. They trying to tell you who in charge of this country. So I have to go right now, but I hope people like what I'm saying. I'm gonna say more. I'm trying to get my wife to come, but she's shy. She know a lot more stuff than I do, and I'm gonna get her to come on here one day so y'all can see her and stuff like that. So to my native brothers in Pueblo Village, New Mexico, Donada Wado, and to all four corners of the universe, Donada Wado, I talk to you later. Jawish, take care.